Ever wondered what happens when you ignore that little sticker on your windshield? The one reminding you about a service? You know, the one you keep meaning to deal with but just haven't gotten around to? Well, let me tell you, it's like forgetting your anniversary. Your car will remember and it won't be happy. Inside your engine, there's this magical fluid called oil. It keeps everything running smoothly, like a well-oiled, engine. But over time, this oil gets dirty. It's like leaving your dishes unwashed. Things start to get a bit nasty. And trust me, a dirty engine is not something you want to mess with. Imagine trying to run a marathon after eating a dozen donuts. Your body just wouldn't be happy about it. That's what it's like for your car when you neglect its service. So, do yourself, and your wallet, a favor, and keep up with those pesky reminders. Your car will thank you for it. Remember that magical oil I mentioned? Well, when it gets old and dirty, it turns into something less magical and more monstrous: sludge. Imagine leaving honey out in the open for too long. It gets thick, sticky, and downright unpleasant. That's sludge for you. This gunk clogs up your engine, making it work harder than it should. It's like trying to breathe through a straw, not fun. And as the engine struggles, its parts start to wear down faster. Metal rubs against metal, creating friction and heat. Not a good combination, believe me. Think of it like this. You wouldn't wear the same pair of shoes every day for a year, would you? They'd be worn out, smelly, and probably fall apart. Your engine parts need a break too, and fresh oil is their way of getting it. Now let's talk about filters. They're like the bouncers of your car's engine, keeping out all the nasty stuff that can cause trouble. There's the oil filter, the air filter, and the fuel filter, each with its own important job. The oil filter traps all the dirt and grime that accumulates in the oil, preventing it from scratching up your engine's insides. The air filter makes sure the engine gets a good breath of clean air, essential for combustion. And the fuel filter stops any impurities from clogging up the fuel system. But like any good bouncer, filters have their limits. Over time, they get clogged up with all the muck they're trying to keep out. When that happens, they can't do their job properly. Imagine a bouncer who's too busy dealing with a long queue to notice the troublemakers sneaking in. Chaos ensues. Skipping car servicing might seem like a good way to save a few bucks in the short term, but let me tell you, it's a recipe for disaster in the long run. It's like ignoring a small leak in your roof. Sure, you can live with it for a while, but eventually, you'll end up with a much bigger and more expensive problem. A poorly maintained engine is less efficient, meaning it guzzles more fuel. And when parts start to wear out prematurely, you're looking at hefty repair bills. In extreme cases, neglecting your car's needs can even lead to complete engine failure, a catastrophic and costly event. So the next time you're tempted to ignore that service reminder, think about the potential consequences. A little bit of preventative maintenance goes a long way in keeping your car happy, healthy, and out of the repair shop. Remember, prevention is always cheaper than cure.